So, good morning, everybody. Just a couple words. This race is very emotional for me. Last year, I went into the world of the triathlon world, and I was getting ready to do my first triathlon for the Ulman Cancer Fund. And before the race, we had a luncheon, and the speaker at that race, at that luncheon, a guy by the name of Tacka, who's standing right next to me. I got so emotional after listening to him speak. I went up to him and I said, "Tony, I got to talk to you." Tony is a pancreatic cancer survivor, and Tony was telling me the story of having to tell his two girls that he has cancer. It was 2 years ago, a little less than 2 years ago, and he was getting ready to run his first 5K after his diagnosis and his battle. And it was a pretty intense battle. And I went up to Tony and I said, "You know, you inspire me. You really, really inspire me." And I said, "I'd love you to be at our race in May." And I told him what we're all about. Tony wrote me an email a couple of days ago saying that because of me, he is running his first half marathon today. And it just floors me that this man is inspired by me, where he is the guy. He's the guy we're all out here fighting for. He's the one we're out here raising money for. He's the one that this is all for, to help guys like this who have two young girls who are also running in the fun run. I'm very excited to see that later on. Those are the people out there that we're fighting for. Every dollar counts. This year, I'm not running this race. I've handed the baton over to my son, who's running. He's going to toe the line right up at the front. He's backing up a little bit right now. But my son is taking on the challenge of fundraising. As a 17-year-old boy who in the last 2 weeks has raised $1,000 from his friends and from his Facebook posts, he's raised $1,000. There's anybody out there can go out there and just go onto your webpage, send out a couple of emails, send out a couple of Facebook posts, Twitters, whatever. Tweets, I guess they're called. That's what it's all about. I really want to thank the Baltimore pacemakers out there. The guys carrying the signs in the green shirts. Can you guys raise them up proud? This group, as a group, has raised $8,000 for this race. It's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. But it's all about guys like this. So Tony, I just want to have you just say a couple of words before we move on. It's all you.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you out here this morning. I want to personally thank you all for the fundraising you've done in supporting this race. It has helped my recovery. I appreciate it. I've got two small daughters, as you said. Both my wife and I have cancer literally in our genes. So the money you're raising for the next generation is also very important to me. In October of 2011, as John said, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I thought I was going to spend these next 18 months with my daughters watching me die. Fortunately, that's not the case. I'm out here with you all today as we run side by side, shoulder to shoulder, in celebration of those who survive, in honor of those that still fight, in the memory of those we've lost, and in the hope for the future generation that is yet to battle. Thank you all very much and have a good race.
Thank you, Tony. And again, the people on the course, those course marshals, a lot of those are military. We got a whole bunch of military guys that came over from Fort Meade. When you go past them, please give them a thank you for donating their time to us today to make this race safe.
Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Cullen.